Welcome to Life Hacks Beyond Convention with Dee and Sonia. So I get up and try and tidy up get things out of the way. Never clean
That's
for
right.
cleaners, but always tidy for cleaners because they're there to clean, not pick up after you. So,
Well, when I used to own the cleaning business, that was a conversation I'd always have with clients.
yeah.
But we weren't a tidying service, we're a
Mm,
cleaning service because some services do tidy,
mm,
and that is part of what you're paying for, but
yeah.
we weren't. And it was just that explanation that with the stuff all over the floor, we just vacuum around it.
Yes.
We actually don't move it. So, yeah.
Yes.
And
Yeah.
once people know that that's what the expectations are, they're fine.
Yes. Yeah.
Mm,
Yeah. Now, I
yeah.
remember a girl in Clare went to a cleaning job once and she said the week she'd gone there to look at the house, everything was picked up off the floor. The day she got there for the first clean, they'd just decided, oh, we've got a cleaner, we'll just throw our dirty tissues on the floor.
Mm,
So in between, they just changed their habits and just left everything on the floor. And she just went in
mm,
and went, no, and not doing
mm.
it and left. So, yeah, there's some interesting attitudes out there sometimes.
Well, yeah, when I had the cleaning business, it's really interesting because people are quite diametrically opposed in their attitudes. You've got those who truly appreciate what you do and actually think of you as a person, and
Mm.
then you've got those who just see you as a slave.
Oh, yeah. Mm.
Yeah, and there's not a lot in between.
Yeah, okay. So it's
Mm.
one
Yeah,
extreme
it's
or the
really
other.
interesting. Yeah, I found most people were quite good,
Yeah,
most people.
yeah.
But yeah, some people just take you for granted and think. Oh, one of the biggest things I had was because they just expect to get a darn lot for their money. Like
Mm,
they might be earning, I don't know, say they earn $55 an hour
mm,
and they're paying their cleaner $32 an hour or whatever
mm.
the current rate is.
Yep.
Um, for some reason they think that the cleaner's got to work harder for their 32 than they do for their 55. I've never quite understood that.
Yeah.
But somehow their work is valued higher,
In their minds.
and they in their minds, yeah, in their
Yes.
minds, and that's how
Mm,
they treat you, and they
yeah.
just expect, like, sometimes the expectations are quite huge, and that's one
Rude.
of the tricky things.
Mm.
That is one of the tricky things of having a cleaning business. You do have to manage client expectations
Yep.
right from the start.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
It's hard because I've had cleaners from a commercial situation when I was running shopping centres
Mm,
to a personal for a long, long time because I hurt my
mm,
back when we moved up here and I couldn't move. And it's been very varied, but it's in a country town, there's no choice. So you
mm,
can't shop around. So,
mm.
um, yeah, it is interesting. But I love having it done like I just get the bathrooms and the floors main thing because this house is large and it's just, oh, I just don't have to think about that job. So,
Floors is a really big time consuming job, isn't it?
yes,
When you're
yeah,
living a
mm,
a bigger home. Yeah.
yes,
Just
yeah.
takes up so much time.
And we've got
Mm,
inside dogs, and I mean, we've
mm,
put brown coloured, dirt coloured tiles through the house so that it doesn't show up
mm.
much, but sometimes it crunches underfoot if it's
You
been
know,
muddy.
it's funny because I've just been talking about this um, with a couple of other people this week actually
Yeah.
about animals and how do you manage your floors and whatnot. And like I know a couple people that have actually got those robot, those round vacuums, and you
Mhm.
can map the whole area. Because I had one years ago, but in the end, I actually sold it because it
Mm.
just drove me nuts because it would get stuck in places. And I was
Yeah.
like, "You're going where I don't want you to go. Don't go there. You'll get stuck again."
Yeah.
And but these days they've improved the technology so much that you actually map where you want them
Oh,
to go.
yeah.
And yeah, so one of the people I was talking to, she was just saying how when she had cats, that it just works so well. She just had it set, and you even set the time. So she actually, I can't remember what time she told me now, but she had it set at a time where just every day it just went around
The
and
circuit. Yeah.
yeah, and worked really well. And these ones too, not only do they vacuum up and sweep, but some of them can even mop your floor,
Oh, okay.
like actually wash your floor.
I need to look into that.
Well, exactly. I was just thinking if all you're getting done is bathrooms and floors, the yeah, the vacuum might take the floors, and then
Hmm.
because bathrooms you probably only need done much less often.
Yeah, yes. Yeah. And having dogs with the dog door straight to outside and once we get a
Mm,
winter, if we get a winter, yes. Yeah, and Tony's very active outside, so it's coming and going with muddy shoes. And I
mm.
knew that would be the case when we were sort of setting this house up. And so farmers will come to visit, and I'd just say, don't take your boots off because your socks will get wet or get dirty. So, and some of them aren't quite used to it. It's like, oh, it's all right. Look at the color of the floors. I did that for a reason. I literally went into a tile shop in Port Augusta and went, I want something that's a mixture of clay, sand, and concrete dust. That's what I got.
Mm,
So, yeah. But then
mm.
the dog hair's a whole other issue.
Yeah, I know. It is, isn't it? Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, well, mine's because I've got a cat at the moment is cat hair. I just feel like, oh, and because the house is a bit small, like I noticed it more than I noticed when I had the cat in the bigger house. Because, like,
Yeah.
I mean, it's still obviously the same amount of hair. It's just
Mm.
that it was dispersed over a bigger area before.
Oh dear. One trick I found, I don't know whether you've got carpets where you are. I've got a carpet in my office, but it's just like a loose carpet, but
Mm,
that gets really embedded with the hair. And I've
mm,
struggled to find a way because vacuum cleaners often don't pick it up. But
mm.
rubber brooms or even a
Yes.
really stiff bristle broom, and you
Mm.
can sweep it up and bundle it and then vacuum it, and that gets it off.
Yeah, the rubber brooms are amazing, aren't they? Who
Yeah.
would have thought? Yeah.
Yes. So,
I know. I'd never sort of even heard of that idea until a few years ago. One of my
mm,
daughters actually had one.
yeah,
She was using it for cat hair.
yeah. And you can
It's like,
get like little rubber brushes. They look like banister brushes to get hair
mm,
off clothing as well. I don't,
oh, okay.
yeah.
Oh, I'd never heard
So,
of that.
mm,
That makes sense too.
yes.
Yeah, I know, because, well, yeah, cat hair and dog hair, they stick to everything.
Yes, yeah. Mm,
Mm. And the more of them you got, the more hair you got.
yes. And some of
Yeah.
it just really embeds, it works its way into fabrics and stuff.
Mm,
So, yeah.
mm. Yeah. Yeah, well, I think my little one, I've got a little, I don't even know what you call, oh, cordless, that's what you call
Mm,
them. I've just
yeah.
got a little cordless one, which is, anyway, when I first got back here, I plugged it in. It only was lasted about 15 or 20 minutes, but because the
Mm,
house is small, that was enough.
enough. Mm,
So then the other day, like literally less than 30 seconds, and I thought, no, maybe I didn't put it on the charger properly.
mm,
So then I made sure I put it on the charger properly.
no.
No, no.
Okay.
So, and it must be if it's not 10 years old, it'll be very close. So
Yeah.
that's done really well. But it's a bit sad, isn't it? Because you go on and you just can't get replacement parts for them anymore.
Yeah.
Like that
No, it's
vacuum itself, there's nothing wrong with it other
yeah.
than, and it's Vax brand. So it's not
Yeah.
even like it's you
Yeah.
know, just from a, I don't know, white labeled no name brand.
Mm,
I think you'd be able to get a new battery, but not
yeah.
so easy for the older models. And I just think that's a bit disappointing when we talk about having such a focus on sustainability in the world that we
Mm,
live. You'd
yeah.
think that just replacing a battery would be a lot more sustainable than having to buy a
Yeah.
whole new
And
vacuum.
I think it will get there. I think there's a lot of tool type companies that are starting to do more domestic type appliances like DeWalt and those sorts of things.
That's true.
Yeah, so hopefully they'll do stuff so you can just buy the battery. But having said that, Tony went down to get a couple of batteries a while back, and he was actually better off buying an entire pack of tools because there was a special.
Yes. Yes.
So, yeah. So it's
Well, that's the same. See, I've got this little screwdriver. What is it? I don't know. There was about 2 or 3 different things anyway when I was looking for something. Just a little 12-volt Makita. And at the time, it was cheaper to get the 2 small batteries, the battery charger and the whatever the pieces were, than to just get one tool.
Yeah.
Yeah. So guess what? I bought the lot, which is good. Oh,
well, yeah, we still have to live within our
Mm.
budgets. So those specials, so to speak, still appeal, but it isn't serving the environment as well as it could, perhaps. Hit the subscribe button below if you want to follow Life Hacks Beyond Convention.